Some rich old bag in England who never worked a day in her life died, and I wrote a song about it. It's called Dead Royal Cunt. Here we go. Now a dead royal cunt is stiff and not flexible, and this song will not be very respectable. I find fucking royalty oh so detestable that dead old bitch can't kiss my ass. Dead royal cunt will be decomposable, and that guy King Charles is quite fucking disposable. Those dumb limey fucks are all inconsolable. The queen's under 6 feet of grass. Dead royal cunt, let's dig her up. She's looking gnarly. Let's fucking party. I hate that dead royal cunt. She's out of luck. Dig up her body, pour some Bacardi. Now useful skills she did fucking lack, and she hated making Margot cause she was too black, and she lived in a castle, no, not in a shack. This dried up old bitch was quite lucky. Now back in the day she was quite a vixen, and with her first cousin she probably was kissing. Their royal DNA they were fucking mixing like hillbillies down in Kentucky. Dead royal cunt, let's dig her up. She's looking gnarly. Let's fucking party. I hate that dead royal cunt. She's out of luck. Dig up her body. Pour some Bacardi. Now your son Prince Andrew was a horny fellow. He liked teenage girls in 6-inch stilettos. He was a pedophile at Epstein's bordello. Prince Andrew loved underage poo. You were so damn old you were fucking Jurassic, and I'll toast your death. Very enthusiastic. I'd like to do a Cleveland steamer inside your casket, and I'd look at you and I'd say, dead royal cunt. You're not just a queen. No, you're not. You're a dusty old useless bitch is what you are. Dead royal cunt. Let's dig her up. She's looking gnarly. Let's fucking party. I hate that dead royal cunt. She's out of luck. Dig up her body. Pour some Bacardi. Royal cunt, dead royal cunt, royal cunt, dead royal cunt, royal cunt, royal cunt, looking gnarly. Let's have a party. Goodbye, you dirty old royal cunt. All right, welcome to YouTube. I think I'm on. I'm not quite ready. Not quite ready. I'll get some gimmicks going and then I'll be ready. Thanks for joining me. I can't believe I'm actually made it. All right, get rid of that. Hit that. Oh, Lordy, don't want to do that. There we go. Be right with you. Got to get in the right frame of mind to do I'm Right, You're Wrong.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Smoking on the herb all day long. Take a sit down right here and take a toke from a bong. Smoking all day, I do get tired, but that don't stop me from getting higher. Smoking with me is always fun. Start the four-wheeler when the blunt is done. But you know me, I'll probably crash. We can maybe ride tomorrow when I fix it half-ass. Puff, puff, puffing on the Jiffy Pop. Puff, puff, puffing on the Jiffy Pop. Yeah. Yeah, you know me, always puffing on that Jiffy Pop. Do it every day, and you know I'm never gonna stop. Even in the salt shed, can't catch me. Found 2 microwaves, but I brought 3. You know I love smoking on a Jiffy Pop. Yeah. You know I love smoking on a Jiffy Pop. Yeah. Got a new show, the name is outlandish. Only drink Coronas, but we don't speak Spanish. Just got a Jeep, we got it for the cheap. Was a good deal, till it overheat. Now outlandish, walking on their feet. Fuck it, light that blunt up, and let's go get something to eat. Some outlandish. Y'all already know we puffin' on that Jiffy Pop. just bought a $300 Jeep. You know, we fucking stoned and shit. Funny part is, everybody told us not to do it. Don't buy that Jeep. Don't buy that Jeep. We bought it. You know, puffin' on a Jiffy Pop. Yeah. Puffin' on a Jiffy Pop. Yeah.
Welcome to I'm Right, You're Wrong. So fuck off. Really just the time I use to vent, because it really sucks. The world sucks right now. There's no truth. Nobody knows anything. Everybody believes everything they're told, even though it's a pack of lies. So it's like it's always been, except times 1,000. So you can be right, and you can use your common sense and your critical thinking, and you can get nothing for it. Zero. You're never going to get you're right. You're never going to get I'm sorry. You're never going to get I was wrong. You're never going to get good points. You're never going to get nothing but blocked or hated on. It's the new reality. And this is the way the government wants it, which, you know, doesn't really bode well for you and I. Thanks for tuning in to I'm Right, You're Wrong, so fuck off. You want to hear the truth. You want to hear somebody who's always right. I've been right on all this shit, and I've been way ahead of all this shit. Way faster than... I mean, if you're watching Fox News and you're watching CNN, you are misinformed. You're listening to somebody's agenda. I'm the only one. I just look for truth. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Joe Biden. I don't give a shit about Donald Trump. I don't give a shit about any of those people up there. I don't give a shit about Republicans. I don't give a shit about Democrats. I just want to know what really is going on and what the truth is. And you know, there used to be people like you could, you know, well, let me go see George Carlin and he'll give me some fucking truth. I don't know who you go to now. I don't think anybody knows the truth. I don't think there is any truth. I think everything we've ever believed is a lie. I'm coming to believe that at a very rapid pace. That everything I ever believed was a lie. So look out for number one, because they're trying to fuck you. You know, when I was growing up, a little history of my political upbringing. When I was growing up, my parents were Republican. So I was brought up hearing mainly, you know, conservative things and Republican principles. I wasn't brainwashed because my parents didn't talk about
politics that much in front of the kids. But you know, you obviously you watch TV with them, you eat dinner with them, you get the gist of how your parents feel about things. So I was pretty much, you know, that's how I got my political views. I was, you know, mainly conservative Republican in my early 20s, and then in my late 20s, I started seeing just how ridiculously corrupt the political system was, and watching the news and saying, well, that's a bunch of bullshit. And, well, the Democrats don't give a fuck about anybody, and neither do the Republicans. They're doing the same thing. And why do they disagree on everything 100% of the time, exactly the opposite point of view? That doesn't really seem like a thing. So I became pretty much a libertarian. And since there's no libertarian candidates, I was an independent, basically. I'm not really a libertarian. I do believe in personal freedom. So I'm just an independent. But that's not a party. That's not a party in the United States. It's not. I mean, I think there's one independent in the entire Congress. It's not a thing that's not taken seriously. It's not allowed to be taken seriously. Thanks for tuning into YouTube. I thought I'd hang out here for a while and vent. I've been wanting to vent for a while. So, back in the day, like the first election, you know, I really was kind of getting interested in was like the 92 election. So, I saw both parties working together to make sure that Ross Perot would have no chance to even be in a fair fight. You know, they immediately, like, a third party guy, he's not experienced, he's this, he's a flake, he's this. They, you know, it was like massive hate on Ross Perot. And I'm watching the debates, and I'm like, okay, well, that's George Bush Sr., I believe, and he used to be head of the CIA, so Lord knows what atrocities that he's been in charge of. He's probably one of the worst people in the world. And then you got Bill Clinton, and we all know about Bill Clinton. You know, he's a sociopath, and that's what you had to choose from. Or you had Ross Perot, and he's a businessman. He's just going to tell you what, hey, this is how I think we should run the country. But run it more like a business, and you can't sign the NAFTA, or there will be a giant sucking sound coming from down south. And it's like, yeah, that guy makes sense. Guy makes some fucking sense, and he doesn't seem like a sociopathic asshole. He might be, but I'd rather gamble on that guy than these two known sociopaths. Call me crazy. So that's pretty much when I figured out, you know, that was pretty much where I was never going to support either party again. Like, it's like once you get the epiphany that it's fake, you never look at it again. Excuse me. You never look at it the same again. But they have no interest in a candidate is going to do anything to diminish the absolute control the Republican and Democrats have over this country, over Washington. Why would you? People are stupid. I'm right, you're wrong. Don't be stupid. If I was in Congress, I mean, you know, I try to be a pretty ethical guy, but I'm thinking the average guy, the average person, and certainly every single member in Congress is going, man, this is the fucking bomb. We get free health care. We get free protection. We get money. We don't do anything. We get to insider trade. I get money from lobbyists. When I get out of this gig, if I ever do, why would I want to get out? It's a great gig. I'll be even richer by doing speeches and joining, you know, boards and doing all this. Why would you let anybody even try to fuck that up? I mean, if somebody, you're living that life, you're a baller. Everybody knows who you are. You're one of the most powerful people in this country for sure. You're fucking made man, made woman, the fucking bomb. And some guy comes in here and he says, you know, man, I think you guys are making too much money. We need to change that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna motherfuck him. So they motherfucked Ross Perot to make sure he never even got in there. So nobody's ever going to change it. It's, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just let's talk about it and watch it as it sinks. We're watching the Titanic sink. That's all you can do. They're not going to let anybody change it. Why would you? You're gonna suck us dry and then, you know, take off to wherever they got that's safe and sound with armed guards. So Perot lost. I talked to a lot of people back in the day. And I talked to a lot of people. Say, who'd you vote for? I voted for Perot. Who'd you vote for? I voted for Perot. Who'd you vote for? I voted for Perot. He got like 15%, allegedly. So I was the original election denier. So you can take all that shit and shove it up your ass. There's gonna be a lot of salty language on this show. The frustration level's at an all-time high. I'm feeling very crass. You know, like it gives me great pleasure to say shit like that. You can take that. You could take all that election denier shit and shove it up your ass. I didn't think the Perot election was legitimate, or the Bush Gore one, or not only none of them are legitimate. What does that make me? Russian asset because I have an opinion. And now in America, if you have an opinion, you're a Russian asset. Preposterous, absurd, balderdash. Take all that shit and shove it up your ass. It feels good to say that. So what am I going to do? Go on social media and pontificate to some people and, you know, say you're wrong. Let me tell you how you're wrong, and they'll come back with, I'm right because I heard it from Sean Hannity. I'm right because Rachel Maddow said it. So you're a fucking idiot. Those people are actors. Sean Hannity and Rachel Maddow never claimed to be journalists at all. They never said they had anything to do with telling the fucking truth. Fucking editorialists. They're paid, talking heads to promote an agenda. So like if you're on the left, let's kindergarten it up for, the people out there. If you're on the left, and you believe, you're like, well, Rachel Maddow told me this and this. Well, it's probably about 90% bullshit. And if you're on the right and Sean Hannity's out there, short Irish little prick that he is, spouting his, whatever, about his ultra-conservative bullshit, you're misinformed if you're listening to him, too. Because that's about 90% bullshit as well. That's why you need to see, this is... you should listen to this show. You would have been more informed if you'd have listened to me, not to be arrogant, than you would be almost any other show out there. Back in 2008, there weren't a lot, or 2007, 2008, there wasn't a lot of people. Me and my lovely wife, Donna, sat around, the breakfast table many days going, yeah, that house across the street, it used to be worth $180,000. Now it's worth $425,000. And that was like 10 years ago. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna happen. That's gonna go really bad. And you never heard but everybody's like, oh, the market is great and everybody's got money, even though they all knew they were doing credit default swaps and giving subprime loans to people who could never possibly pay the mortgage to their McMansions. They knew all this shit. It's great. Everything's great. I didn't think. I would just use common sense. That's why I am the smartest man in America. I guess I was born with a little common sense, and I don't have the need to be on a fucking team. So my common sense told me, well, I've been around a while, and I've seen home prices. They always rise, always rise gradually, like inflation, like, salaries. Everything gradually rises, and I ain't never seen no house triple in value in like a year and a half. Never seen it tripled in value? That doesn't seem right. Seems like something's going on here. I would not buy a house right now. Something about to happen. You can't have that. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Works for a while. Everybody can't, be buying $500,000 houses. It don't work. Lo and behold, I was right. Lo and behold, me and my lovely wife, Donna, were completely right. Huge housing crash. They were doing nefarious things with the credit default swaps. They were giving subprime loans. They were fucking up the world. Selling them these credit default swaps, which were worthless. So I predicted that. Oh, I remember the Iraq War. Remember that good oldie? I can remember. I was back on the old show, and I was giving my opinion on the Iraq War, which was just starting at the time, and I was vilified by all the fucking rubes out there about how I didn't, I was un-American and I didn't support America. I was a communist because I thought going to Iraq was a scam and a waste of time. Nobody else was saying that shit. 70, excuse me, mouth a little Rick and Morty style. 70% of Americans. Here's a little fact for you. 70% of Americans believed that Iraq was responsible for 9/11 or had something to do with 9/11. Had nothing to, zero. Nobody's ever said anything other than the media right after 9/11 trying to cast aspersions so we could go to war with Colin Powell holding up a vial of paprika. Or what is it? Turmeric? What's the yellow shit? Is it paprika? Yeah. In the UN saying it was yellow cake uranium. And I'm looking around like nobody, like, obviously it's not yellow cake uranium, and obviously he didn't get it from, anything to do with Iraq. Obviously we just want to go make $1 trillion for some military contractors, right? Can I have anybody? Nobody? Not a fucking one? Not a fucking person that I ever met would agree with that? It turned out to be 100% fucking true. Called it earlier than anybody. I'm going to take a victory lap on this bitch. 9/11 happened. What is it, one day, that night, 2 days? I don't remember. George Bush is standing in front of Congress making the speech of his lifetime that would inspire Americans for generations to come. Excuse me. And he's talking about the 10-year war on terror. And once again, I look around in the galaxy and I go, oh, well, we know what this is. This is an excuse to go to war and make billions for military contractors and shit like that, right? Anybody? No, nobody. So it's dead right on that. I said 10-year war on terror was a complete fallacy and a government tool to oppress us and get money. And I was 100% right. No, but nobody was saying it. I'm sorry. Nobody was saying it. I couldn't find nobody saying it. Don't you like to have people agree with you? I was looking for somebody to say it. So once you see how obvious it is that both parties are completely devoid of any meaningful policies other than enriching themselves, well, it sucks. Because you don't have a team. You just see the corrupt game play out in front of you. And you don't, you got a team of unicorns that you run across, every once in a while you meet somebody and you'll start talking to them and go, oh my God, you get it. You get what a scam everything is. You get it. The Republicans and Democrats work hand in hand to make to have the best job in the world. They work you think it, well, let's keep that shit going. If one party, say the Republicans, they finally beat down the Democrats and they were the only party, then all the people would see that the corruption was all Republican. They would see it. I mean, every person, it was all Republican. So everybody, all the corruption, all the waste, all the shit that wasn't getting done was Republican. They need the other party to blame it on. What if the Democrats, they already got Biden in there. They already got majority. What if they swept? It's nothing but Democrats. And then, as you've seen, as the country swirls down the drain, you would have nobody to blame but the Democrats. Well, why would you want that? Would you want that? If that was your job, you're fucking balling. but somebody comes in and wants to change that. Well, you're never going to change that. It's just enjoy the show. The show will play out in front of you. It doesn't matter which side. You can be on the right side. It don't matter. Nobody can. When's the last I told you so you got from anything? Are the people who are involved in the Vietnam War coming back and saying, man, we're sorry, we really duped the American public and caused all that murder across the sea in a land we didn't really give a fuck about. Sorry about that. It was really about corruption and making money for the military. And we sincerely apologize. As a government, we should have been way more responsible. We should have listened to you. We shouldn't have done it in the first place. We knew it was wrong, and we even, I'm ashamed to say this, we had to false flag it just to get in there because nobody wanted to do that shit. So our bad. And we'll never do it again. I'm fucking never going to hear that shit. And that's the 100% truth. That's the 100% truth. And nobody's ever going to learn that. You're not going to teach that. You're not going to teach in history class in high school about the billions of dollars that was on a pallet in Baghdad and went missing, or about how the Blackwater or what's the other fucking cocksuckers, the Halliburton guys who were building the showers for Marines and subcontracted it out for pennies on the dollars to like Iraqi or Kurdish contractors who really probably guys walking around in sandals and shit, and showers, and they got electrocuted. A lot of that happened. They're not going to teach you that in the history books. You'd have to go find that. That's not like common knowledge. The fucking NBC News wasn't going, and Halliburton's really building shitty showers and shocking to death our Marines that we supposedly love and respect, and we'll give you more on that at 11. The heads are going to roll, people are going to go to jail. That didn't happen. No, it's not going to happen. Just use your common sense. It's all about dollars. AOC doesn't care about socialism. She doesn't give a fuck about socialism. She cares about enriching herself. Right now, her role is to be, the part of the posse. Part of the squad of ultra-left, progressive, green. They want her there to stir shit up. She's, as far as congressional standards, she's a congressional 9. Because there's never anything in Congress. So, the Republican AOC, they're just eye candy to distract old guys who vote. Lord knows, my wife wants me to vote Republican, but I'm going to vote for that AOC because she got those big knockers. That shit happens. People they do not always vote in their best interests. In fact, as a matter of fact, they never vote in their best interests. Ever. That's why I don't vote. But you're part of the problem. No, I'm stepping away from the problem. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. You're a reality theorist. You believe this cockamamie story they've told you about public servants who, what do you call it? Who serve you for democracy. Oh, I got to put this right now. Post it. I forgot to post those on. I do that a lot. Oh, thanks for joining me on YouTube. I appreciate it. Figure, why not? Why not branch out? Why not do something different? Why not try? I don't know. Figure this is a good show for YouTube. I'm not playing anything. I'm not doing anything, The only thing I have to do is dance around topics. That would be all I have to do. Otherwise, I should be good to go on YouTube. I'm not playing nothing. Dance around. Just got to dance around stuff. Personally, in favor of the war in Ukraine, favor of the fight for democracy. Mask up, usually triple mask. Quadruple injected. Good to go. I'm for everything. I'm for everything that I'm supposed to be for. So I have to make that disclaimer. I'm for everything that I'm supposed to be for. Jesus God Almighty. It's not easy being enlightened in a world full of mouth-breathing partisan sycophants. It's no fun. It's no fun at all. It's no fun. The incredible feeling of superiority that I have in my ability to critically think and examine both sides of an issue it's an empty feeling, people. It's an empty feeling. It brings me no satisfaction at all. I need the trumpet. So I get out here and I spout the truth, hoping that someone will pick up a nugget and put it in their brain somewhere, and maybe they'll listen again and hear another nugget, and maybe they'll start listening all the time and they'll hear a bunch of nuggets, and maybe they'll put 2 and 2 together, and then they'll put 4 and 4, and then one day they'll be in multiplication tables, and they'll understand that it's all fucking work. The people joke about it. It's like professional wrestling. It is. Gotta have the heel, gotta have the baby. Divide the people, get everybody worked up, sell those tickets, make that money. Distraction, distraction, distraction. I hope you're filing away all these nuggets for your one day. One day, you will become awakened as I have. What gets me through is pompous arrogance. That's what gets me through. Sheer smugness. Because you can give me all the CNN or Fox comments you want, but I'm right. You're wrong, motherfucker. I actually go to as many different sources as I can. So I'm as right as you can be in this age of disinformation. You can have your Sean Hannity prostate massage talking points. You can have your Rachel Maddow. You can have your Rachel Maddow partisan carpet munging talking heads who don't even believe their own shtick. That was poorly worded. It sounded like I was just making a bad lesbian joke. Actually, Rachel Maddow, munch on your partisan carpet was what I meant to say. See, that's not sexual at all. Just gets the point across. Talking heads who don't even believe their own shtick. They don't even believe their own shtick. They're paid actors. If you got paid $300,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, and they told you, tell us how cool Joe Biden is, what would you do? You tell them how cool Joe Biden is. And then the one time you're like, Joe Biden, you got a little, you didn't like what he said. You kind of sneak one in there like, hey, we pay you $1 million a year, and we're on the fucking Biden plan this year, so you better hop on board, or we got 17 guys to take your place. That's how it fucking works. So I have a life sentence of listening to ignorant people who know nothing but what they see on mainstream talking head media, and we're told it was the truth, and that's all they're gonna spout. They believe it with all their heart and their soul because they're really, really, really fucking stupid. If you're really partisan, you're really fucking stupid. And I'm gonna sing a song about how stupid you are later on in the show. A song about how stupid you are. That's why there's no benefit to calling people stupid. You're not getting more listeners, Mike. I don't care. It makes me happy. That's all I got. All I got is me knowing I'm right and saying I'm right, and a very small group of people who agree with me because nobody can get it. But that's what I'll take, and this gives me joy. I enjoy talking about it. Hope you enjoy listening to it. I know, ever since I kind of took the blue pill, I've enjoyed, watching people like Carlin. Anybody that talks, just common sense and looks behind the veil and just tries to find the truth and doesn't believe all the bullshit and the whole Washington facade is so comically unbelievable that if you believe it, I just have a hard time, even respecting you. I mean, if you're one of these, the big lie, there could never be safe and secure elections. The government is one of the most incompetent institutions you'll ever run across. But yet, when it comes to over 100 million people voting, they don't fuck up at all. Because the government does the best job of anyone. I mean, the ludicrous things that you're asked to believe. The ludicrous things that you're asked to believe. And if you don't believe them, you're a moron. If you don't believe the insanity, you're an idiot. That never happened before, but it's happening now, and it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. The reason I resort to these obscenities and the petty name calling, because it feels good. If you're watching this, you're probably one of the 10% that get it. It's only 10%. It's you gotta be born. You gotta be born with it. The ability to not be on a team. Most people would rather be on a 100% wrong team than not be on a team. It's just the way it is. I mean, there might be one or two partisan cocksuckers listening. And they have to listen to me call them stupid motherfucking morons. That's all I got. I know it's shallow and it's pathetic, but it's all I got. They get to listen to me call them fucking morons. They don't really get it. They'll probably only get it when they're destitute and alone. And all the things they believed in have turned on them because they were all wrong and they didn't listen to the truth. They'll get it then, but right now, then you don't get your I told you. I'll hunt them down. I'll hunt all you people down maybe in the ghetto in your tent cities and in the bread lines. And I'll say, yeah, I'm in the bread line too, but I got an I told you so, bitch. And it's not gonna feed my belly. I'll tell you that right now. Shut up, Bella. What was I talking about? Shush! I don't know. Fucking morons. It's not very intellectual. Not very intellectual. At this point, where every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks they're right, and if you try to point out their stupidity, they just block you. That's all I got. Anybody out there? I'm on the phone, please. Okay. But don't let that distract you from the fact that I'm right. I'm almost always right. I have a track record of being right. And most importantly, I don't have a dog in the fight. I think most people don't have a dog in the fight. Like Don Lemon, who's on the right. Sean Hannity. They don't have a dog in the fight. They're paid. They're paid to say, if you went to Sean Hannity and go, okay, here's what we're doing, Sean. It's gonna be tough to pull off, but we're gonna say that you had an epiphany and now you're a complete left wing. You saw Jesus and Jesus is a liberal and we're paying you $10 million to host CNN. We're revamping CNN. You're the new guy, and here's your left wing talking points, and you're gonna start kissing Biden's ass. And Sean Hannity's like, all right, let me sign the contract, $10 million. Fucking people don't believe this shit. They don't have a dog in the fight. Their dog is the money, so they say whatever they're supposed to say. Everyone out there is either left or right. And now even people who are in the middle are saying, you must vote Republican. Joe Rogan's saying it. You must vote Republican. You must vote Republican. Well, here's where I'm going to be right again. This is not a pleasant one either. Shit, I mean, yeah. Shit's real fucked up right now. Yeah, you're right. Shit's fucked up right now. And almost everything this administration is doing is detrimental to America. That's as an independent person. Yeah. But you know what? Mark it down. 10-4-22. Republicans ain't gonna be no fucking better. They ain't gonna be any fucking better. No party has or ever will take the rights that the other party has taken and given them back. And they never will. All these people vote Republican. Yeah, I say vote Republican, and I may vote Republican because I want the Republicans to get in power, just so when I go to the bread line, I can say, I told you the Republicans were going to fuck shit up even worse. It's almost as if they're working together to fuck you and me. And the Democrats just handed it off to the Republicans and said, woo, man, we got them good. I bet the road is paved easily for you to fuck everybody. It's pretty fucking obvious. You think the party that brought you 100% proven to be illegal and immoral and based on lies war in Iraq and sent thousands of young Americans, brave Americans to die for nothing, you think that party cares about your rights? You think they care about, oh my goodness, we care about the children and their trans surgeries. No, that's their issue. You and I might care about this. They don't care about it. You think that the piece of shit Rick Scott would even blink an eye at the thought of sending your fucking son or daughter to die a horrible death in some immoral war so you could make an extra fucking 10 cents? That's why, if you're, you might not want to, participate anymore. If you think that Rick Scott gives a fuck but whether you live or die, you're not a good judge of character. You're not a realist. You're a conspiracy realist. Rick fucking Scott. The Republican Party doesn't give a fuck about you. Mitch fucking Turkey Gobbler McConnell. Oh my God, how does that guy get elected? He would throw your grandma in front of a goddamn train. If he could have one more ounce of power, he wouldn't give a fuck. Lindsey Graham would stomp on your dog's fresh litter of puppies and then laugh hysterically while he toasted Nancy Pelosi with the world's most expensive champagne in between tongue kisses. And if you don't believe that, you're a fucking idiot. Get rid of some more people here. Trying to run some people off. They only show. I remember, God, I think back in the day, I was trying to run people off, and just kept getting more and more people listening. It was impossible to run people off. I'm trying though. If you don't believe that, you're a fucking idiot. And I don't like to go more than 1 minute without insulting people because I don't want ignorant, self-important Pollyanna partisans gumming up the stream. Fuck off. It's a neighborly fuck off. I don't mean, I wish you well. I wish you well. I wish no harm to come to you. Now fuck off. God, get the fuck out of here. So nobody's telling you what I'm telling you. One side is telling you the Republican Party is the biggest threat to democracy in the history of the Union. The other side is telling you that Joe Biden is destroying America. Well, I mean, technically that side is right, but that's just because the Democrats are currently in power. So they're the ones currently fucking up America. But I hope the Republicans do regain power so that I can relish in the fact that they're going to do everything in their power to give themselves more money and more power and take more of your rights and destroy America using slightly different talking points. I will be right and you will be wrong yet again. I demand to know which bread line you will be in so I can track you down and get in your face and say, bread's a little stale today. And by the way, I told you so. Better. Hey, bread tastes a little bit softer. A little bit softer. Oh, welcome to I'm Right, You're Wrong. YouTube version. All right. Shady Character just donated $9.99. Appreciate it. I don't know how you donate. Do you know how to donate? Shady Character donated $4.99 as well. Appreciate it, Shady Character. What's up to Juice Man, AJ the Linger, Ned's Navy, James Lambert, Steve Schanneberger. Russia is not the enemy. Steve Schanneberger. This whole the whole Russian thing. I mean, the whole Russian thing with Trump stealing, the Russian misinformation, the stealing the election, the Ukraine. This is all, for some bizarre reason, it's a bizarre way to brainwash people into hating Russia so much that we can go to war with them. I mean, it's preposterous. Russia, they got 6,000 nukes. They kind of do their own thing now. They're not don't seem like they're as world domination oriented as they used to be. And they kind of want that shit in Ukraine back. And maybe I think Ukraine's shutting off the water to Crimea. So, yeah, just you got to let the 6,000 nuke people take a little shit sometimes. I mean, there is a line to be drawn, but sometimes that ain't the line. 6,000 nukes. They get to push the line sometimes. And maybe, we're in a society of lunatics. Maybe if you're, oh, you can't do this. I'm about to do a moral equivalency. Red alert, moral equivalency. An act punishable by death, look it up. Moral equivalency. If you were Vladimir Putin, and it was like, looks like they're trying to get rid of me. They got some kind of gimmick where they're going to get rid of me. I'm going to they invaded the Ukraine and they gave him like $1 billion. Yet they gave him like $70 billion and they're doing everything they can. And now they're talking about overthrowing me and regime change. Where's that button? Where button? See, all these guys in charge of countries are sociopathic narcissists. Sometimes he comes to the end of he's 70 years old. Yes, the Americans, they got me this time. They're going to kill me. It's going to be regime. No, except the button. Let the fireworks begin. Going down in my bunker. Yet. So, this may be all part of the plan, motherfuckers. All part of the plan is, and then we're going to have nuclear war and really get rid of all these fuckers and start from scratch. Just the rich people left. Everybody else. Well, we're going to be... the news media didn't cover the fact that we've been building underground bunkers for the last 20 years. They're actually palatial towns with everything you could ever possibly want in your entire fucking life. 12 o'clock. And we'll be back once the uranium goes down. But we don't really care. We're living in our palatial rich people's cities. Bizarre. These people are all mentally ill. They're all mentally ill people. All fucking mentally ill. Every last one of them. Fucking... Let's see what I'm... Shady character. Appreciate the support. Oh, Mike Gall, $10. Appreciate the support. Maybe starting to do this a little more regularly on YouTube. Might as well. I mean, a lot of people don't like the Twitch. They don't like the Twitch. I don't know. It's pretty easy for me. Pretty kick ass. I like the Twitch. But some people like the YouTube. To each his own. I'll give you more YouTube. Can you say YouTube? Can you say donation? I knew you could. Was it already almost 12 o'clock? $2 for Erwin Fletcher. Appreciate it, Erwin Fletcher. Woo! Let's see. Where was I? I can't remember when I started. Wow. Let's see. Where am I? I thought I didn't get to nearly what I was going to talk about. Oh, I didn't get to near any of this shit. Damn, I didn't get to. What was the thing I was going to talk? Oh, I'll talk about fossil fuels. My pro-fossil fuels. That's a long diatribe. Let's see. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do the show again tomorrow. I'm pro-fossil fuels. I'm not a climate change denier. Man-made climate change is real. I love fossil fuels, so I'm my love for fossil fuels outweighs my love for the planet. I want my AC, all that shit. I'll talk about that later. I'm not a climate change denier. I believe the science. I also believe filling my car up. Yeah, gasoline. Just common sense, people. Eventually, we'll just sap the world of all its resources. And look, there's climate change. Let's, build some seawalls, man. Let's just bawl until we can bawl no more. Don't worry about Mars. Don't worry about living in some shithole rock planet. Don't even... Just enjoy the ride and bawl while you can bawl. Dan Bongino, motherfucker. Did I write I said something about Dan Bongino, motherfucker. I'll finish with this. See, you're not going to get a more unbiased, informed, and true commentary than right here. Here's an example of what you'll get. Like on the just happens to be the right. You're gonna get Dan I don't even know how you said it. Bongo Bongino. I mean, I don't like personally. I don't care if he's right. I don't like. Personally, I don't like him. I just don't like him. I don't like his delivery. I don't like his face. I don't like his voice. I don't like anything about him. I also find it absurd that he tweets the same tweet every day. And it goes a little something like this. Today is October 4th, and Joe Biden is the worst president in the U.S. history. Except he says worst with all caps. Today is October 4th, and Joe Biden is the worst president in U.S. history. Every day. It's just so lame. You may be right. You may easily be right. I'm not disagreeing with you, Dan. But it's just, it's so trite. You've got 3 million followers. And you can't even be bothered to come up with an original tweet other than, today is October 4th and somebody is the worst. It's like a third grade kind of deal. Today he's the worst. It's like... you may not have liked Rush Limbaugh. A lot of people. I didn't like him personally. But he was informed. He was intelligent. He was creative. These Hannity, Bongino clowns couldn't suckle on Rush's jockstrap. I didn't agree. I'm not saying I agreed with him. I completely disagreed with him on a lot of stuff, but he was talented and original. You're not going to Rush Limbaugh come on and say, today is October 4th, and Joe Biden is the worst president in history. He's not going to say that. He's a lot more clever than that. And what the left going to give you? Just an anti-everything right pile of garbage as well. Don Lemon, Joy Reid. Despicable. I was going, despicable servants to the corrupt status quo. I was going to say another word, and then I realized they were both of color, and maybe my word, you can't say that word anymore. Can't say the S word anymore, even though there have been S's throughout the world. All races have in-s'd other races. But you can't say the S word because it's all fake. Nobody. You go to you hang out with your friend. I don't know. There's probably a 20% ultra snowflake woke, just bleeding heart group of people who believe all this bullshit, like the new country stars like Maren Morris and some other girl I can't remember. They're like super supporting the trans youth, and 13-year-olds cutting off their breasts and 13-year-old men cutting off their penises. They're way in support of that when they know nothing about it. It's galling. They'll call you names, but they have no idea. They've done no research on it. It's just it's the flavor of the day. But 15 years ago, all the girls at 15 years ago, a bunch of the girls at my kids' high school were lesbian. Not really, but they were lesbian for their sophomore year, their junior year, their senior year, and then they went about their lives afterwards because they were looking for attention. And now teenagers are looking for attention and getting sucked into having their body parts cut off. I believe they're lobbying to make the internet a safe space to where the government is they're trying to ban you from saying anything about kids having gender affirmation surgery, which is insane. Every time someone puts the website of one of these hospitals up about what they do, the hospital themselves will take it down because it's so bad. I'd like to tell you, no, something to do, but there's nothing to do. Look after your own. There's something that could be done. Yeah. Or maybe it's just a bump in the road. Maybe we'll get back to the normal, where they just fuck us a little bit and the world goes on and it's not 10% inflation. The gas isn't $3 to $4 a gallon. And there's not all the guys aren't in the pool. But I doubt it. Hey, thanks for tuning in. That was fun. I'll be doing it again. I don't know. I might have enough material here for another one tomorrow. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it, everybody. So maybe it's not that big of a deal to go on YouTube. Take care. Hope you enjoyed the show. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support. See ya.